everybody. Here's our daily meditation for the 7th of July. I once heard a story about an academic who was ousted from his position in a theological college by others who didn't appreciate his holding to the truths of the gospel. When asked about the situation and the fact that he held no malice toward those who had been against him, the academic replied, "The difference is that I have known God and they have not. And whatever happens, I have had the better part." That idea of knowing God being better is found in our verse for today, as our text comes from Psalm 84 and verse 10, which declares, "A day in your courts is better than 1,000 elsewhere. I would rather be a doorkeeper in the house of my God than to dwell in the tents of wickedness." This is a psalm celebrating the desires and joys of a transformed heart. It's framed in the language of pilgrimage to Jerusalem in order to worship at the temple. It's reminiscent of hymns in praise of Zion as God's special place, like Psalm 122, although this one especially focuses on the delight of going to worship there. The purpose of this psalm is to open the eyes and hearts of God's people to the staggering privilege of being a welcome guest in God's own house, and to write deep into their souls the conviction that wickedness offers no reward that can even remotely compare to the joy and pleasure of God's house. The final section in verses 10 through 12 describes the person who trusts in the Lord. So in verse 10 we have this sublime statement that revolves around the word better. For the psalmist, typical here of the person of faith, being near God is better than 1,000 days experiencing anything else. To know God and even have the lowliest position in life, here pictured as a doorkeeper, is infinitely better than living in luxury without God. We must remember that this is not merely hyperbole. The psalmist isn't bigging up what it means to know God in a way to make it more than it is. He's telling the truth insofar as it pertains to the heart of one who truly knows God through his son Jesus. This psalm continues by telling us that God will hold nothing back from us who know and trust him. The New Testament reveals this further, for God didn't begrudge us his own son. And because of the gift of Jesus, how will he not also, along with him, graciously give us all things? The lesson of this verse is one that we need to keep relearning. We live in a culture saturated with the idea that more is better, that newer is necessary, that things make us happy. None of that's true. Only knowing Jesus is truly better. God bless.